drop me off at their house in the months to come, just so I could see her, and I would tickle her bottom lip with my fingernails. That sounds really sanitary these days. But it was a sure way to get Sarah to coo and smile and eventually crack up laughing. I have a few pictures of this. For the next couple of years to come, I was forced to watch 101 Dalmatians, Sarah's favorite childhood cartoon, upon every visit, and I have yet to recover. I'm actually still in therapy for that. Some of you might already be aware of this, but our father, God rest his soul, he was in the fireworks business most of his life. He loved many things about his life, but fireworks had to be in the top 10. Gambling was probably somewhere in there too, I'm not gonna lie. I don't judge hip-hop. That man could play a hand of poker like I've never seen. On the drive here from Indiana, I looked over at my husband and I said, my baby sister was exposed to explosives in Las Vegas from infancy. It's true. How many people can say that? I'm pretty sure she had been to Vegas more times this entire room combined by the ripe age of 9 years old. She definitely never lacked culture. My sister is also brilliant. Something else I'm fairly sure began at infancy. I remember so vividly when she was 3 years old. She called me up on the phone and said, Rachel, do you know what color water is? I thought she was actually asking, so I said, is it clear? My sister said at 3 years old, I think the better word would be transparent. I said, go outside and play, you sicko. What's the matter with you? By that same ripe age of 9 years old, she could also run an entire fireworks store. Another outstanding quality, her humor. Oh my God. Like, my stomach hurts from laughing most mornings on the phone with her kind of humor. Sarah is hilarious. She's one of the wittiest people I know. But the best quality of my sister, her devotion to God and Christ's requests of loving him and her neighbors. Amen. So let's get this straight, Nate. You just married an obviously beautiful woman who is cultured, brilliant, and hilarious with a heart of gold. So let's talk about that. At this point, my husband said, you should pull out a gun and just put it on the table real nicely.
I agree.
I'm kidding. Okay, so I met Nate about 2 years ago. I've only had the pleasure of his company a couple times. And though he is majorly flawed by being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I decided to focus on his better attributes. Go Bears. What I witnessed, honestly, was that same love and devotion to God. His patience, his kindness, his brilliance, and most of all, his adoration of my sister. Yeah. You know what, Nate, a couple months ago, Nate told me that he loved me over the phone and my jaw about dropped because you don't always get the opportunity to be a part of such a man's life. When she first began dating Nate, she would call me and say things like, this man makes me want to raise a family. He gives me butterflies on the daily. He came to my house yesterday morning. He served me coffee and breakfast in bed, followed by a back massage. She said, that's not even 10% why I love him. God has sent me an angel, Rach, and I will forever be grateful. And you know what the important part of that segment is? She still says those things about him. So, First, thank you to Nate's mom. Thank you to Nate's mom, and even maybe me some siblings for raising such a beautiful man. Maid, thank you for loving my one and only little sister. Okay. You gained a bonus father in heaven, several siblings. You gained a remarkable bonus mom, and we're all very proud and grateful for you, Nate. If you both keep God in your marriage for the long haul, you will make it at least 2 months. I'm kidding, God knows I'm kidding, God knows. You keep God in your marriage lifetime, you'll have a beautiful, loving union that will withstand it all. I love you both with all my heart. Now let's raise a glass. The bride and groom, Nate and Sarah, I love
you. Beautiful words, folks, beautiful words. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Mark Warady.
All right, I was going to start off tonight by welcoming Indiana to Florida. Both Indiana, Valparaiso, the state in Indiana, and I have Indiana County and Pennsylvania, Homer City in the house. Unfortunately tonight, I'm not going to be talking about Sarah. Sarah, I could talk about you for days. But fortunately for everybody tonight, I will be talking about Nathan. This will take me a few minutes. Nathan and I met in college about 20 years ago. We actually met twice. We forgot the first time we met our sophomore year. With all of us in the library every year and studying so hard in college, we couldn't forget those things. So we met again in our junior year and we got on pretty well. My senior year, I decided I was kind of tired of the cold weather in Pittsburgh and I was going to take my talents down to Tampa, Clearwater area. And Nathan, I found out he was going to do the same. So in July of 2004, I moved down to Florida, and 3 months later, Nathan came down, and you know, the storybook theme we have going on here, I guess the adventures of Mark and Nathan began. So we moved down to Sugar Mill Creek Apartments, and quickly got acclimated with the area as we found a Pittsburgh Steeler bar called Rudy's, about 2 miles from our house. So we got acquainted with a lot of people really quickly, and it made us feel comfortable here in Florida. Nathan and I went our separate ways for about a year and a half, but Nathan, you weren't going to get rid of me that easily. So about a year and a half later, Nathan bought a house on Highland Avenue, and was looking for a roommate, and I obliged and moved on in. That year, we gained another roommate, Mr. Timmy McAdoo, who is with us today. And a fourth roommate, who's here with us in spirit today, Mr. Mikey McCoppin. We love you, Mikey. Well, our first house was your typical house for a bunch of 23-year-old dudes in the house. We had a rock studio in our living room, drums and guitars and amps. We had an in-ground swimming pool. Nate and Timmy go to the bar out there. We had the 42-inch plasma TV. I mean, that was the thing back in those days, the plasma TV. And we bought it from the only place that 24-year-olds would buy it from, Rent-A-Center. After we did that, we had to get something to go with the TV, so I purchased a Nintendo Wii. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know, but that house on Highland, Cambridge turned into Cambridge Lanes at night. We were out there playing Wii bowling every single day. And when we were Wii bowling, we got into it. You didn't just throw it like that. You had to get into it, you had to twist the arm, you had to get down in your stance, and you had to pull those strikes. And we know the one night, the epic night, Mr. Timmy McAdoo had a perfect game. 10th frame, strike, going for his third strike. He gets his stance, he goes, the whole house is watching, knocks every pin down but one. $2.99 for Timmy. $2.99. Well, anyway, I didn't move all the way from Pittsburgh to live 3 miles from the beach. I had to get onto the beach. So eventually, I went on Craigslist and found a condo on Island Estates on Clearwater Beach. And within 5 months, Nathan had sold his house, and once again, Nathan came back and became my roommate, and the adventures of Mark and Nathan continued. So, Basically, Clearwater Beach is where we really established ourselves. We met so many great friends. Nathan started a job at Quality Resources. Many of the quality people are here today. We met great neighbors like Bishop and MJ. Our condo was the weekend hangouts, and at nights we go out, we know the bartenders, the servers, restaurant owners, and the bands. Mr. Matt Winter's here tonight. I guess you could say we were locals, but then like tourists. And we like that name so much. Nathan and I actually started a company. We did pretty well with it. So, everything was going well. Living on the beach, young entrepreneurs. Nothing should change, right? Well, enter Sarah. Sarah, I get it. You're kind. I'm kind. You're sweet. I'm sweet. You're beautiful. I'm beautiful. You're female. I'm touche. All right, that's where you got me, Sarah. But just to bring it back to where we are right now, and the whole reason we're here, I just want to say, Nathan, I'm so happy and proud for you finding that girl that you've been looking for 20 years of your life that I've known you. And Sarah, thank you for being that lady that is so much and more. So as the story of the adventures of Nathan and Mark come to an end, today we start a new book, a new chapter, and it's going to be an adventure that's going to last a lifetime for you guys. So, and this book is titled simply The Maggios. So with that being said, Maggio.
How about one more round of applause for Nathan and Sarah, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we will have our mother's son dance. If you will please come to the dance floor.